All right, folks, this is Commander Boston again from Nova Force, and we have some more research done on the ancient alien ruins that allows you to add on another at least 10 pieces of data on top of the original 13 that we did in the first video. And I'm going to try to link to that somewhere in here for you. Or you can just go to the Nova Force YouTube channel and find it there. I'll also throw a link underneath this video for you. And so what this new method is called is the three-man method. And what that means is that you need to be in private or open, have at least 3 commanders, so players, of course, NPCs don't count here. In that instance, right, 1 commander needs to be in an SRV, 1 commander needs to be in his ship with 2 of at least each artifact, and none of them can be stolen. Now, some of that might change, but that's the working combination that we have so far. So in this instance, I'm Commander Boston. I'm in ship with 2 of each artifact, none stolen. We have Commander BWC No Fear in the SRV scanning, and we had multiple other commanders like Glass Bottle and Chaotic Twist and some other people in the area as well, so that we had the minimum of 3 commanders in the instance. And so we're going to be using the detailed obelisk map, which you can find here on this tab. And again, this doc is going to be underneath. And we're going to be using the one on the right here. And you can see here that this map is from Kal. So all credit goes to Kal for both of these images. And each zone represents a type of data. Carrying the corresponding item in your hold means you don't get the failure message from Ramta. And that means, hey, at least it's not failing. So something about this is doing something, right? And so that led us to look deeper into the scenario, right? And then we also had reports of commanders, both in Nova Force and out of Nova Force, getting data while they were just sitting in their ship with 2 pieces of each artifact in their cargo hold. And there was multiple people out there. They were just an open kind of sitting. Some people were AFK and they came back and they just had a bunch of data. So we needed to find out how they were getting that data besides just sitting there. And we found this map and we saw people weren't getting error messages. So what we did is we grabbed a bunch of our commanders, a bunch of Nova Force members, and we went to, say, Section E, scanned them all with an urn, went to Section G, scanned it all with a casket. And I'm going to show you the results of that data now. And I'll be referencing this map again, but I have it up here in a tab, so it's easier for me to get to, but you can get to it from right down here. So again, what sparked this research is people saying they got data by just being in their ship, and this is to show that you actually have to have another commander scanning for you to get that data. So the person scanning doesn't actually receive that data. They do get, the gamma and alphas and stuff like that, but they don't get the historical, language, or cultural. The only person that gets that is the person in the ship, which in this case is me, with 2 of each artifact, none of them being stolen. And so you can see here what we did is we used this obelisk map. We went to E, right? And Commander No Fear here had just an urn in his cargo for all the testing. And so at the beginning, we didn't keep track. We were a little turned around, but we were definitely in the E section here. And then we got a little bit more organized, right? And you can see every single E scanned with an urn while there was 3 commanders in the instance, me being in my ship with 2 of each landed in the ruins with No Fear scanning, all gave me data. Language, cultural, tech, cultural, and tech. And so then what we did is we wanted to test the opposite of that. So we went to G. And with G, you can see here, you're supposed to have a casket. So we went there with other combinations first. He went and grabbed the relic. And you can see here, I got 0, 0, 0. He was still getting his, data waves. But now you can see they're doubled up on the error message. And so we went and switched the casket after we got 2 confirmed false, positives here, or, no data. And we can see that it seems that we actually deactivated the area. And this is why you have to be careful. All these people saying, hey, this isn't working or stuff like that, it's most likely because another commander has tried an incorrect combination and shut down that area for you, and you have to wait for that period to cycle again. We don't know what that period is. Some people have said around 2 to 3 hours, but that's just guessing at this point. So what we then did is went to a fresh section. We went from G to F. And you can see here, F needs a casket. So we still had the casket on us. And then Commander Chaotic Twist actually did this one. And poof, history, 9 out of 21. Right off the bat, because nobody else had locked this area first. But there was only one active obelisk there at the time, so we moved on to A. Now we're back onto Commander No Fear. He goes to Section A with the casket. Only obelisk number 5 was active or scannable, glowing blue. So he scanned it. And that again gave me history data. Now here where it gets fuzzy, right? We're on to Section C. Now we had other commanders in the instance, and what we're thinking happened here is they went to C and deactivated it because they weren't doing the same combos we were doing. They were testing something else, and so they deactivated the region on us. And so when we went back there, we couldn't get it to activate again, even though we were using the right combo of just a tablet. And it also seems to be that getting 2 pieces of data for the scanner of those data waves also signifies that it's not working, even though some here we do have 1. But generally speaking, the general trend, at least in this data, is that getting 2 pieces means that it's already been locked on you. And so again, while there's a little indiscrepancies here, we think going to E, doing it the way that we think, worked on every single one. Going to G, doing it the way that we know will break it, broke it, so we've confirmed that. Going to F, trying the same technique we used at E, worked. Going to A, using the same technique we used at E, worked. And then by the time we got to C, somebody had already deactivated that area, or at least that's our guess. I'm going to be jumping in game later today in a fresh set with 4 commanders in a private group to test that theory. But so right now, we can at least tell you that you're pretty much sure to get at least 10 more. I have actually more of these, but some of them were gotten while I was just sitting in my ship. And you can see here, that's what led us to do this research. So again, here's the first original 13 you can get in solo, just the search results. And then here's the 3-man method to get yourself at least 10 more, putting you at 23, and that's 23 million in the bank, and just a step closer completing the mission and getting that $100 million bonus. Please, if you have any comments, if something didn't work, leave it in the comments below. But understand that most likely if it didn't work, it's that somebody else had deactivated that area by doing a bad combination, and you just have to wait or maybe sign in and out of your instance to reset that obelisk group. Again, this is Commander Boston thanking Commander Ginger Huntsman, BWC No Fear, Glass Bottle, Chaotic, Thai Fiction, and anybody else I forgot to mention that's been helping with this data. And of course, other people like Commander A-Spec, Allocator, Dippy Nicky for doing some of the other charts off of there that have inspired us to do the rest of this testing. Thank you very much, and let's find all of them.